Hello everyone. Hey, so my mic is over here. But I just wanted to get going early today because I got a bunch of soldering to do. Mostly, no, I mean, that's not the long part. The soldering's not the long part. It's the cutting wires, measuring them out, all that kind of stuff. That just takes so long. And this is Digital Piano Part 8. 8. We've been making this thing. Where is it? This represents at least 8 hours of work. 8 hours. So I want you to just kind of appreciate that projects that you're excited about take a lot of time, and that's cool, you know? So obviously we're here a little early. I'm going to start streaming about 20 minutes early, so I expect we might not have anyone on stream, which is fine. We'll see if people pop in at 1 o'clock. I'm going to pull up my chat here. Get going on the chat. There we go. Put that over here. Heating my soldering iron up right now too. Okay. So you stay there. Okay, let's do it. Let's get going. Boop. Okay. So, like I said, today's goal is to get as much of our piano done as we can. So where is kind of the center of the screen? Let's get it a little further forward. Okay. Yeah, so we have one button working. Let me unplug the power cable here. Okay. We have one button working. All of our buttons are grounded. And we want to get all of these other buttons working. So, that means I need to pull up my code here. Hey guys, we got some people here. We got Maya and Micah here. So we're starting early today so that we can get as many buttons done as possible. And pull up Arduino. Okay. So, input 2 was C. Next one, 3 is D. So let's flip this guy over. Let's take a look. So we had input 2, which is that one, was this one. So, oh man, you know what? It is going to get really hard to get all these wires jammed down in there. Guys, this is going to be tough. I just realized this is going to be tough. We're going to need to like make sure that these wires are not in each other's way. So I'm going to need to cut longer wires than normal. See, so they have to go down into there. Down into that. There's like a underneath this black part right here. Okay? And the more I do it, the more wires are going to like bunch up. So I want to make sure that the wires go straight down and then over. Also, they're going to be like crossing each other. Like these pins over here are going to these buttons over here. And these pins over here are going to be going to those pins over there. So it's going to be a bit of a mess. We're going to try our best here. Okay, so let's see. That is right there, right? Yeah, that's where the wire needs to go to that pin. Okay, let's get going. How are you guys doing? I guess we're going to be cutting off a bit more wire than we need typically. Okay, now let's strip it. Now, fortunately, this wire inside here is solid core copper, So we don't need to, it's not like the solder where we have to worry about touching it with our fingers. Okay, hopefully this wire is long enough. Okay, so there's 3. So it's got to go into right there. There we go. Okay. And then it's got to connect to right there. Okay, we did it. See how like this is all bunching up already? Crazy, right? Okay, let's flip it over. And that is our first solder of the day. That right there, and that right there. Okay, let's get them going. Got my solder gun, my soldering iron. Super hot. Maya is very good. How is Micah? Yeah, how is Micah? Oh, I need to turn my fan on. So I started the stream early. How were you guys notified that the stream was beginning? Like, did you get a were you subscribed and that's how you got the notification? How did you, or did you just like sit around and look at the Google Classroom? How were you notified that I went live? You live with me and Maya. We thought it was at... You thought it was at 12:30. We waited till it started. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay, that is our first solder of the day. Let's cut some more wire. That's 1. We've done 2 buttons of 8. So we got 6 more to go. I have a table behind me too, which I use for like other kind of work, not just soldering. And I was thinking of actually turning it into like a painting table. I used to do these like little mini paintings, and I thought it would be fun. All right, let me just double check the code here. CDE is 4. Yep, we're just going right up. I mean, it makes logical sense, but you want to just double check, make sure that you're not like... Okay, so there is 4. It's got to go in that hole right there. Ugh, see, it's like getting more crammed. More crammed, guys. I don't know. I'm going to have to like push these wires over a little bit. Make sure there's space. Make sure there's space to get into there. Come on. And then every time it's going to get more and more hard to do. Okay, got it through. Now I'm going to try to leave this wire really straight to make sure that other wires have room. And now, so this is 1 button, that's 2 buttons, this is our 3rd button right there. This wire will go into this hole. Okay. And we'll bend that down so it stays in spot. Okay, so that wire and that wire. Let's do some soldering. This is going faster than I thought. Maybe we won't need all the extra time. Maybe, you know, like last time we learned what the deal was, you know, and so now we can just like go faster. Ow, that's hot. Okay, that was fast. And then this guy right here. Okay. 2 solders done. So 3 buttons. 3 minus 8 is 5. We got 5 more to go. I think people are watching but can't chat. That's possible. We only have 5 people here, but it's still like, 8 minutes before we typically would start. Okay, so we got, look at all these wires bunching up here. Can you see how like it's getting like really crowded down in here? Right? It's getting really jumbled together. That's why we're trying to keep all these wires separate. Okay. So let me find this next 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, this is going to be a tough one because we got a ground wire coming in there. Okay. So this one doesn't need to be quite as long because so as we get towards the middle buttons, we won't need as long wires because they're going to get closer to the pins. But as we get past the middle ones, it's going to get more, we're going to need more and more, we're going to need more space. Okay. Found a sharp screw on the ground. Glad I didn't mess that up. Okay. So, here we go. Let me just double check. C, D, E, F is 5. And there is 5, and it's gotta go right down in there. Oh my goodness. There we go. That actually was not so bad. Okay, and now we need this one to go right there. Am I right? Yep. Okay. So let's just smush that guy down like that. Bend these wires. So you kind of like bend the wires a little bit so that when you flip it over, they don't fall out. So see, there's the these are all jumbled right here because there's the grounding wire. There we go. One technique that I've kind of like just picked up on for myself here is that you want to like after the solder is melted on there, you just want to leave the soldering iron on it to like kind of like boil away the extra flux and to really get the metal connected. That's, it's funny because I heard someone say that online when I was like Googling like how do you solder? I watched YouTube videos and they actually were like, they were saying things like, hey, make sure that you make sure that you are leaving the iron on a little bit after, so that way it does that. You hear it, but then like you don't learn it. You don't learn it until you're doing it, you know, until you actually have this soldering iron in your hand. And I was thinking about how that's so much like life, you know. People tell you, you know, it's like being told something is not the same thing as learning something, right? Like you have to have the experience of really doing it, you know. And the same thing goes for like everything. It's like English, math. You have to have like you have to be doing it for real in order for it to you really to learn it, you know. You learn it in a textbook, or you learn it like doing some project or whatever. But unless it's a project that you care about and that you want to do, it's hard to learn things. Okay, next wire. So we did C, D, E, F. Now G is input 6. Yup. Just double checking, you know, it makes sense. I look at it every time just to make sure I'm doing it right, you know. No surprises. And what's interesting is that if I do mess up, I can always just like change the code. Okay, maybe I bent that wire a little too much that time. Get in there. I guess instead of soldering it to the board, I could have, I guess, just like put the wire into these jumpers, you know. That could have been like super easy to do. Or even like unsolder all of this stuff and then you know, just solder it right into the board. Could have done that too. But the die is cast, meaning we've already begun, so now we're just going to finish it this way, you know? Man, this one does not want to go into its home. Go into your home. These other wires are getting in the way. Come on. Ah. Okay, I see the problem. The problem is that my wire has a little bend in it right now. So I'm going to take my wires here and we're going to just flatten it out. Now maybe it'll go in the hole. Maya says, hello, hello. I noticed that Maya really likes to chat. If people don't say anything for a while, Maya starts going, excuse me, where's everyone? Come on, wire. What's going on? This one is so hard, guys. And there seems to be room. It just doesn't want to, like... There we go. I just needed to complain enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is going right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bend right there. Super short, but like in the way, you know? Let's bend it all this way and this way. We're making these little like S patterns with our wires now. See? S, S. Okay. Let's flip this over. Give it a solder. Let's see. Right there and right there. Yes, that's me. Good. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to remind everyone to talk. You know, I'm going to be like teaching a lot of junior high classes pretty soon, and I hear that the junior high, they don't talk at all. They just sit there in total silence. Do any of you have any like junior high brothers or sisters who don't talk? Sorry, excuse me, sneeze. Okay, we got those solders down. Okay, so we just did 6. Now we should be on 7, which is A. Guys, we got 3 more to do. The reason I wanted to start early today is because we know only Micah. Wait a minute. Maya and Micah, are you guys siblings? Oh, Caitlin popped in here. Notifications on my phone. It goes ding. I can't figure out how to do that. I've subscribed to all kinds of other channels. I've hit the bell, and I never get a notification that someone goes live. It is a bummer. Okay, so now look at this big crossover. The problem is every single wire we do is going to cross over this. Crossover, 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 crossover. And then I'm realizing the other problem is that if we want to do lights, this big mess of wires is going to be right on top of where we want the lights to go. Ooh. I don't know if we're going to be able to do lights. I mean, maybe we could do lights. No, that's like right inside the board there. Maybe we could do some same side solders for the lights. But that's going to make it look super ugly because we'll have all these like wires running from this side to the lights. Well, maybe we'll do that anyways, because what we'll do next is we'll make a PCB where this will all be much easier. Yes, of course. Well, I didn't know that. You know, sometimes it's hard for me to keep track of like who all my students are, let alone who their brothers and sisters are. It might be obvious for you. Like, do you know who my brothers and sisters are? I bet you don't. Okay, so let's continue on with the buttons here. We just did 6, so now we're doing 7. Pull out a little bit more wire. Give it a cut. Strip off the ends. Sky is here. Hello, Sky. Guys, if you are just showing up, welcome. Glad you're here. We are started a little early today because a number of reasons. Because this piano project has been taking so long that I just was like, you know, we need extra time to get all these wires down. And also because I'm going into school today, actual real school. And I'm going to interview 2 junior high students who did a very cool project where they made stickers and raised money. They sold the stickers like in a real business. And to raise money for to help people with disabilities get lift tickets at Bogus. I think that is I think that's what they did. And we're going to interview them to find out more exactly what they did and to promote the cool projects we're doing at the school. Okay, so I got it in number 7. Now, number 7 is going right to there. Am I right? Yes. Okay, let's bend that. Bend this. Okay, let's solder these guys down. Solder those guys down. Okay. Turn it around so we can see. Okay, that one right there is going to be soldered. And that one right over there gonna get soldered. Okay, so again, I'll point that one, this one. We're getting to the end, guys. We're getting to the end. There we go. Two. Okay. Now we got two more to go. I wonder if I could like run one under, so just stop having to go over every single time. Okay. Man, I really wanted to get some lights on here, but I just don't see. It's going to be so crammed. To think about it. I don't know how to like get around that problem. Also, all of the lights would have to be grounded, which would be a lot more wires too. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get lights on this time. I've almost got the Java Bedrock server working, just need to fix a few things. Oh my goodness, Tucker. Okay. So we are now down to our final two buttons. Final two buttons. Now we just did 7, so 8 right there. Let me check. 8 and 9, yeah. So B and C are 8 and 9. So let me pull out a little more wire. How are we doing on wire? Looks like I got plenty. Alright, and I haven't even opened my blue and yellow wire, so. Okay, let's cut about that much off. Alright, and let's strip the ends. So see, just whoop, pull that end off, flip this around, pull that end off. Okay, 8. Now 8, it should be easier because there's this like gap right there. And of course I say it's going to be easier, and guess what? It's like, no, I don't want to be easy. I want to be hard. But we got it. 8. Right in the hole. Good. Okay, now that one right there. Oh, dang it. It popped out. All right, let's bend over to this one. Bend it so that it stays in spot. Now let's get 8 back into its slot. There we go. We got it. We got it. Flip it over. Oh, look, I missed. I missed, guys. I missed. See, good thing we double check, you know. All right, come on, get out. Okay, so I put it in. So remember I said it skips one? Well, I didn't skip one. So that is why I was like, oh man, that was close. Okay, so we got that bent down into place. Okay, so let's take a look. So this time it skips one right there. So there's that one we're going to solder. And then that one right over there. And then we got one more to do, guys. That is pretty fantastic. Okay. That was a bit of a messy solder, but it got done. Got that one done. Okay. One more. I'm doing my cursive. Oh, I didn't know we still taught cursive. That's interesting. I haven't used cursive. The only cursive I use is to sign my name. I would say 99% of the writing I do is typing. 99. That's probably not even an exaggeration. I bet for every 100 words I write, 99 of them are typed. And then I would say of the remaining one, most of that is me signing things. And then very small percentage is me writing in script, just taking notes or something, you know, at a meeting, jotting down an address real quick. I think this wire I cut is going to be too short. I think this one's going to be too short. Messed up. I was talking about handwriting, and I got distracted. Okay, so now this one, we have this red wire right here coming through. This red wire goes around to the speaker. So it goes in between these two. This will be a tricky one to do. So let me just finish my thought with that cursive there. Make sure you practice your cursive signature, because that's going to be the one that you most use all the time. Okay, so I got it in, and that's good, but though, like I said, the wire is too short. I messed up. I'm reading my book. Yes. Reading your book. So Maya, you are in 2nd grade? Second grade, my goodness. And what grade were you in, Micah? You were in 6th grade? I can't remember. Maya's in 2nd grade, okay. Okay, so we made a little bit longer wire. Hopefully, this might not even be long enough. Oh no, I'm wasting so much wire. We'll see. It's hard for me to judge because I keep forgetting that I gotta go over this big lump of wires. Okay, we got that one. We got that in. And now for the final button. Oh my goodness, where? Which one? Okay, so that's the ground. So this one just goes. We can put it right. Oh my goodness, guys. So there's this wire that is jumping to the ground. I'm going to have to like solder this one like, oh, but I can't because the button is in the way there. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. So it's going to go right there. Okay, and fortunately we're soldering on the other side, so. Whew, I thought there was going to be a real close encounter there, but we're fine. Okay, let's flip it around. No, it fell out. Dang it. Bend you into spot. There we go. Okay, so our last solder for today is that one right there, and that one right in between those two. So we don't want to accidentally solder together two nodes. Unfortunately, we did a good job and it didn't do that. Let's do our last solder. Okay. Clean off my iron. Put it there. Wow, that went by much faster than I thought it was going to go by. Let's see. They're translating stuff. Oh, he's in 5th grade. Okay. Tucker, are you taking Spanish this year? It seems pretty cool. I really wish I could take Spanish. There's so many times I see students taking classes and I think, man, I wish I could take that class. Okay, so we got everything soldered together. Let me just grab a battery and a connector. So one of the nice things about these Arduino Unos is that they have these barrel connectors, and I'm assuming they call them barrel connectors because they kind of like look like a barrel on the end. I don't really know. And you can connect a 9-volt battery right into it. This makes it super easy for powering and testing projects. So you just snap that right on like that. Free advertising for Amazon. And the board comes on. Or did come on. What happened there? What happened? I connected it and then it died. Okay, well. Let's see if we can, we'll use the blue connector on the computer. Okay. Let's go to the big screen. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to connect right to our computer. I guess I'll unplug my mouse. One thing about my laptop is that it only has 3 USB connectors, and that is kind of a pain. Let me get my mic a little closer here. I think we're done soldering, so I'm going to unplug the solder. That way it starts cooling down and doesn't burn anyone's fingers off or start a fire. Get my mic a little closer to my face. Okay, so we got this connected. I saw the power flash when we plugged the battery in, and then it died. So I was worried. Oh, good. I was worried that maybe I had shorted the board and killed it or something, you know. That would not be good. Okay, so we got power. And we should have all of our buttons working. Let's give it a listen. We did it! We got a prototype going on here. And unfortunately, that's kind of what we got. We don't have the lights. I mean, the goal was to have like lights over each one of these so that you could learn a song, you know. I'm trying to use my mouse and I disabled my mouse. Where's my, what happened to my touchpad? There we go. Do I know Spanish? I do not know Spanish. I wish I did. I learned a lot of French because I had a lot of significant people in my life who could speak French, and I just picked up a lot of it.
Haha, with STEM, I basically can take this class with kids. Oh, yes. How do you translate? If you just type in Google Translate, there's also a good Google Translate app you can use. I'm making a game. Its name is Siren Head. Oh, Sky loves the Siren Head mythos. In the game, you have a man and a thing named Siren Head. You have 3 things it in Scratch. Yeah, well, Sky, finish that game, or don't even finish that game. Just post whatever progress you have in the Google Classroom. We'll check it out. Right? So that is cool. Okay, we got our piano working. I think that, I don't know. We'll have to spend some time looking at this and figuring out if I can get lights. So here's the problem with the lights, guys, is that we want the lights to go right over each button. Do I have a LED? I dropped it on the floor. Dang it. Okay, so anyways, these little LED bulbs, I'm sure you remember them. They go right over each. And so that way we could press a button and the lights will light up in order to teach you a song. It would be like this one would light, and then it would light again. And then you would go over to here, and then this light would light again. Right? The lights would teach you to press which button, right? But the problem is that all the wires for the lights have to go right here. And can you see the problem with right here? There's all these wires in the way. So I'm not sure what I can do. I guess I could just be like really fight it, you know? The other issue I have is, I guess, so the wires would have to come from this side and loop all the way over, which is fine. I don't care about that. I guess we could do it. We could just like push and pull these guys out of the way. Why don't I do that? So next time we do this, we're going to figure out a solution for getting the lights on. We want those lights. That's a cool part of this. We got this. We got a nice little piano playing here. Right? Can we play chords? Let's see. The answer is no. No. We can only play one note at a time. So that's a limitation of our little piano. But all right, we're just gonna fight in some. We're gonna fight in some lights. And then once we have the lights working, we'll be able to program it to teach us to play some songs. And then once we can have it play some songs, we will redesign this whole thing out of the prototype board and onto a PCB, which we'll then order. It will ship in from China, and we will have something that is like a single solid unit, which will be really cool. Okay? Let's see. Maya says that Maya's going to be very sad over break. Now, Maya, you say you're going to be sad, but you know what's going to happen? You're going to be on break, and you're going to blink, and suddenly school is going to be back. That's how it works, you know? You're just like, oh my goodness, what happened to break? That was so fast. Yeah, so Sky, make sure you share your progress, the work you're doing on your Siren Head game on Google Classroom. Okay, guys. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got that working, you know? This was the 8th week. 8th week we've worked on this piano project. Can you believe it? projects take a long time to work on, you know? And that's fine, you know? I mean, it doesn't feel like 8 for me. Like, wow, I just like, we did it, you know? That's going to be really exciting when we can get those lights working. That's going to be like the cool part of the project, right? Okay, guys. It was great seeing you. I have to get to school so I can interview some of these girls. I will see you. I guess this was it, right? I probably will pop on every now and then. Maybe play some other games. Maybe some Minecraft. Maybe some this Outer Worlds game. I don't know. I'll try to pop on during break every once in a while and see how we're doing, okay? All right. Bye-bye.